So this is another one. It's not the evil one that I was talking about in my previous intros, but this is another long, grueling, annoying side mission type of thing. It's kind of another race, but it's only yourself, and you have like 10 courses. So you all remember where we got the second hidden package back in what video 2, and it was in the northwest corner of Portland within like this dirt track area. Well, now we're going to be getting really familiar with it. So this side mission is called Bumps and Grinds, as you noticed with the title, and you have 10 courses you have to go through, and you have to beat each course within a time limit. Sometimes it's good to take shortcuts, sometimes not so much. It took me forever to beat some of these. Other times I got them on the first try, so with that being said, let's get to it. There's going to probably be a lot of editing. Yay! Okay, I don't know really how I'm going to narrate this because it's a long video and I did a lot of editing. So, yep, go over here to the track and you'll find this Sanchez parked against a tree. Just kind of move the camera around just to kind of show you where it's at. To start, bumps and grinds. Now, the thing with this is that, there are 10 courses, like I said, that you have to get through, but you can only go through them one by one, and you do have a timer you have to beat. So the first course is 58 seconds. But the game counts each course as like a separate mission in a way, so you'll get a percentage boost for each one. So by the end of it, you should be at a pretty good percent. So starting it off, remember on long stretches, just kind of lean forward to go fast. And yep, you might not get it on the first try, which is fine. Surprised I'm actually getting on this because, if you screw up too much, then yeah, you'll fail and you'll have to restart. And there are, like I said, if I did not edit this, then you'd be watching like an hour and a half to 2 hours worth of video footage of me just failing time and time again. Now this, I thought I was going to fail, but of course, I edited it down to where I did it well, I guess you could say, on the final one. So as you can see how I'm doing it, it's best to try to take some shortcuts, but you don't want to do too many ramps or anything like that, because the slower you go, the worse it will be for you. So try to stay on a flat surface as much as you can. Like I said, I am very surprised that I actually made it through like this with how much I actually slowed down on my turns, but I beat it, and you do get $100 bonus for each time you beat a course. So there's that, and then so now that one is done, course 2 will be unlocked, which is the target of 1 minute and 15 seconds. So each one, of course, gets harder and harder, more or less, but it's just, you have to get used to the tracks. And of course, you just have this one track, so you'll notice that you're going to be going through a lot of the same areas or track paths, but just in like different directions, and so you'll eventually later on down the line get a feel or used to how these tracks are laid out and how you should handle them. So you see this, you could do a pretty good shortcut as you make a right, but like I said, you don't want to take ramps too fast, because the more time you're in the air, the slower it'll be. Because yeah, I guess it's just when you're on the ground, you have better traction, and with better traction, you can build up more speed. So try to stay on the ground as much as possible, but on ramps, just take them slow so you can land on the ground a lot quicker to continue building up speed. So as you see, I'm already on lap 3 out of 3 for this one. And with this part, yeah, I know it looks like I'm going slow, but again, it's not always the fast one will win the race. It's just, you don't want to crash, okay? Because you can fall off your bike, and if you fall off your bike, then you have a certain amount of time before you get back onto it, or else you'll fail, and you'd have to go back and get on the Sanchez, and yeah, or not get on the Sanchez, but like get back to where the Sanchez is parked in order to start the races again if you don't get back to your bike in time. So now we are on course 3. So at the start, just quickly lean forward to speed yourself up. I know on this one you will be on kind of like some zigzag kind of snake winded road. Now on here, you do want to try and stay on the dirt path as much as you can. I know you could kind of cut yourself a little time by going onto the grass, but I actually found it, for whatever reason, I found it easier to just stay on the dirt path. I mean, that part, yeah, definitely cut across, but you do not want to get more than 24 seconds on a lap. If you get 25 on one lap, you might be okay, but for the most part, like I know, like I said, I know it looks like I'm going slow, and I was actually surprised by this. This took me several tries to get through this one, but I had to look up a guide on this and how other people did. It's like, you know, they just stayed on the path, and they it looked like they were kind of going slow too. So like, you know, I tried it, and the first time I did it, I got it, which is this try right here. So I was actually pretty surprised. So again, don't go for ramps or stylish moves. Just go for following the path and not crashing into things and going fast on these straightaways like I'm doing right here. And at this one, of course, just go through this and ramp up this, and then we'll be at the final checkpoint. So go ahead and cross through to get and finish the course with a $100 bonus. That would be it for, what's this, course 3? Yeah, I really don't know what else to say for this whole thing. There's not really many more tips and tricks. Like, you know, you just keep going, try to memorize the courses, and for course 4, you have to beat it within 1:13 seconds. So this, you start off right at the ramp. So, and again, if you're not entirely sure where you're going to go to next, like after this one, you'll see that you go ahead. You can also see the arrows within the checkpoints that will point to the next checkpoint destination. So you can kind of help yourself in a way of knowing where to turn and where to go about things. And of course, the first lap may never be good, but should hopefully get a feel for it for your second lap. And as you see, we're already on the second lap. This one is a short one. You just go, you know, what's it, west, then south, and then west again. Just circle around back up north, and then you start right back over again with lap number 3, which, or I guess you have to go east, and then, yeah, and then circle, go south for this little bit right here, then west, then south. Anyway, so yeah, I think, you know what, with that, I'm not going to really narrate through the rest of these unless it's absolutely necessary, but I am going to go ahead and narrate through the rest of this one, which is course 4, and I think it was like either course 5 or 6 I actually managed to get on my first try. No, yeah, 5 I didn't get on my first try, but 6 I did, and 7 I did as well. I think, let's see, 6, 7, yeah. 6 and 7 I managed to get on my first try. 8, 9, and 10 took me a few more tries to get, though, too. Because this is where I edit, like, blacks out, and then I put in the part where I completed it. So I'm glad it, you know, dims out and then comes back in, or fades out, I guess you'd say, then fades back in. So, yep, this is course 5. I'm not going to speed it up, though, because I want you all to kind of know or get a feel for how the track should be laid out. So this one, as you see, I was kind of being a little slow here. You don't have to take that shortcut, but on this one, you do not want to ramp too hard on that because you will have to make an immediate right. And on this part, speed up just a little, but then start turning quickly in order to try to make this turn and over those 2 ramps, because you don't want to get caught on the second ramp. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this lap. So I'll speed it up through the rest of them and then continue on from there. All right, so with that one done, now we are on to course number 6 with 1:32 seconds that we have to beat of our target time, so 1:31 or less. So like I said, this one I did manage to get on my first try, thankfully. But again, I'm just going to kind of show you, maybe give you a few tips or whatever, if I can remember them, for the first lap. So, of course, just speed forward and then make a right. Now, I try to do a sharp right, even though you can kind of glide onto the raised dirt path there. But do try to do sharp ramps, or sharp turns if you can, more or less. Again, slow and steady kind of runs the race, but unless you're on the straightaway, then try to go as fast as you can. And I think we're almost close to getting to lap 2 here pretty soon. Now, of course, be careful on this one. As you see, I'm going slow, so there we go. That's the first lap, so now we're on to lap 2. Again, try to make a tight turn if you can, and I'll speed it up from here. All right, and we beat that one with 1 minute and 31 seconds, and with our $100 bonus. So now we are going to be going on to course number 7, which we have a target time of 1 minute and 30, so 1 minute and 29 or under is what we need to achieve. And again, this is one I got on the first try. So with the laps, as you can see, you have a straightaway, but then you have a little ramp, so don't speed up too much because then you have to make a right. Somewhat sharp right, well, kind of a big right, I guess. And then just go forward, and over here, we've done that turn before in a previous one, if you remember, along with all this. So remember not to speed up too fast because you do want to make that sharp left to go, was it west, and then just continue on going down through here. Like I said, you should hopefully have this kind of path down by now to know what type of turn it is. If not, again, it's fine. Just be careful and look ahead on your radar. And there we go with the first lap. So this is the part where you want to kind of slow down and make a sharp left and then ramp over the 2 hills. Don't crash into it. There's my little honk there because I was like working on trying to quickly turn, and I was pushing in the left stick instead of just turning or pushing over the left control stick. Anyway, so already on lap 3, so let's just speed this up to the end. All right, 1 minute and 28 seconds, 2 seconds to spare. Okay, or well, 1 second to spare, 2 to lose. Anyway, so all right, now we are on to course 8 with a target time of 1 minute and 51 seconds. And this one I did not get on my first try. It took a few tries or several tries to get through this one. Again, if at first you don't succeed, try again, because you'll just start to know the path more and more as you go along. So you have a big turn to the right here at the beginning, and then you have to go through the little dip section in the middle there. And this one have a sharp turn to the left, which is that path that we took before. Remember to ramp over the first 2, and then you have to go back through the dip, but this time going in the opposite direction, in a way. Or I guess just kind of making the other turns. And then going south, and then be careful with the tree there. I always seem to crash into that tree that's to the left at the top of that ramp. This one you can cut through the grass, but again, take this ramp a little slow so you don't go too high. Or I guess you can go high because you're going straight ahead. But I always have to take it slow because, again, even if you're going straight ahead, the more you're in the air, it just seems to slow you down, You just want to take it slow so you can have the traction to build up your speed. So we're already on to lap 2, so I'm going to speed this up until the end. And there we go, 1 minute and 48 seconds. What was the target time? 1:51? Something like that. Anyway, so we get the $100 bonus, and we unlock the next course, which is course number 9. So we are almost done, just a couple more to go. See, up to 10. I didn't even get the target time on that. I was just looking elsewhere. Anyway, all right, so with this one, we have to do the big turn, of course, up here at the left. So I suggest just trying to stay on the dirt path. Don't try to cut across. I mean, if you want to, that's fine, but know that after that you have the whole windy part here, which I hate that part. And then here you want to take the dirt path, but you don't need to go too sharp because you, as you saw, you just continue going straight ahead and then ramp over the 2 hills there, go through the dip, then straight ahead, make a left. This one, again, be very careful with because you don't want to crash into the tree on the left there. Make the big turn to the left to go straight ahead, and we are on the second lap. I just realized that, so I'm going to speed this up until the end. Alright, there you go. Beat it in a minute and 21 with the bonus, again, of $100. Now, there's something else, I don't know if you've noticed yet or not, but you don't have to go directly into the checkpoint. You could get close to it and still make it count. So here's course 10 with the target time of 1 minute and 19 seconds. So it doesn't sound like it's going to be as long as the other ones, but this one did still take me a few tries to get, though. This one, I think it's more of just the entire outskirts or outer rim of the course. You'll kind of notice on the radar where the checkpoints are. Yeah, I think it's the entire outer course here. And you just have to do 3 laps of that, so hopefully it won't be too difficult for you. Like I said, for me it kind of was. It did take me a few tries, and see, we're already getting... I see, already on lap 2. There we go. So with that done, I'm going to speed this up until the end to finish the final course of the Bumps and Grinds side mission quest thing. Yeah. Alright, minute and 18 or 17 seconds. Wow, I could read. Alright, minute and 17 seconds for the final course of this. It is done. This took me forever to do. And you get $2,500 and you unlock the Sanchez, which is like a stronger version of the Sanchez or something like that. But it's parked in the same area where you started the whole courses. So just press the triangle button to exit the whole race deal. And let's see, I was going to try to see if I could find where the Sanchez is located. But first, let's check the percentage. Like I said, each course that you beat, kind of the game counts it as a separate mission. So now you'll actually be at 12% towards 100% completion. Great boost. So with that being said, I love you all. Peace out. And until next time, please go save. Adios, everyone. Adios.